Hey everybody, it's Mind Body Synergilia. I am Ilya, and you might think I'm a little bit crazy because I'm here. It's snowing in New York City, and the wind is starting to pick up, but it's kind of the calm before the storm, which it's with I'm in the river, so in the park that's right on the river, so you're gonna feel the wind a little bit more. But as I mentioned before, so many years of not being able to go outside that much. So I'm taking advantage of every time I feel, the energy and the strength to come outside. And with these motivational videos, I've been feeling motivated to do them. So I'm here, have my contacts in because the glasses in this weather, forget it. It's starting to pick up. Let me tell you, it's not as cold as Yakutia. It's Siberia. This place in Siberia. I've been seeing videos on that's the coldest place on earth. So this for them is probably nothing because it's like 22 real feel right now. But let me tell you, for us folk over here, than New York, that the winters haven't been that cold in years, like this, since I was in grade school probably. But anyway, I digress. And I'm going to do this. Maybe this might be short. Probably not. You know how I tend to ramble. Anyway, so I actually got two cards from two different decks that I have of motivations, inspiring quotes, and stuff like that. So this one's one from Canyon Ranch, and this one says, "Vitality. You live vitally when you live in the moment. Let go of dwelling on the past and worrying about the future." Now, you guys know that I've been talking about the past. I've talked about it before. Anybody who follows me, a lot of my videos tend to kind of gravitate toward that subject. And it's living in the moment is so important these days. I know that, especially now with everything that I've been going through, as I've mentioned time and time again, each of us is going through something. And sometimes, especially when it comes to health issues or your family's health issues, you don't have the time for much. And when you do have the time, you're stuck in the past or you're stuck in the future. You're stuck worrying about the future. You're stuck worrying about the past, what you did, what you didn't do, regrets and stuff like that. Which leads me to another deck. I think it's called the Soul's Journey. And this one is regret. I happen to get this from the deck, and it says, "I know that I cannot change the past." And we all know this. So these are both dealing with the past, and we all know we can't change the past. The past is the past, but it's hard. It's hard not to let go sometimes. I mean, there's so much regret in life that we have. I've said this before. I have riddled with regret in regards to my dad. I put work ahead of him so many times. I tried my best. Going through depression, going through stress, going through my health issues, my IBS, my gastritis. And, at the time, I knew I had IBS, but I didn't know gastritis was brewing in there. So that change in my body, that change just started to weigh me down. The job started to weigh me down. Depression took a hold of me. And that was it. I was in my own little cave, my sad little cave, my dark little cave, and I didn't spend enough time with him. Oh my God, I'm getting emotional. And I regret it, but I have to let go of it. And I've let go of a lot of it. Just when I talk about it, it brings up those memories, and I do feel crappy, and there's nothing I can do about it. Literally nothing I can do because it's in the past. It already happened. I can't go back in a time machine and change it. That doesn't exist. So you have to be able to let go of that past. Be able to forgive yourself for whatever it is that you did or didn't do. It's not easy. Can you make reparations? Can you ask for forgiveness? Yes. Can you do things to change the present? Yes. So if you're working too hard and you regret it, then try to find that work-life balance, which is not easy, I know. But I've been doing a lot better with that. I've been trying to spend more time with my mom, which has been kind of hard too, with all the health issues that I'm still going through. So many things plaguing my mind. I'm trying to live in the present. Sorry, my hands are a little bit cold. I'm trying to live in the present, but there's so many thoughts that are coming through here and there. The finances, the health issues, my mom's health, making sure she's okay. My brother as well, the future. All these things just, oh my God, they just plague you. So then you're not living in the present, and then as time rolls around, you start regretting that you didn't live in the present. So right now I'm regretting some of the past days that I haven't lived in the present moment with my mom and with my brother. And so I've been doing the best that I can. These videos are a big one because it gives me energy, it gives me inspiration, and I come home happy. I come home with a happy high. And see, look at that, so much snow. I come home with a happy high because I'm doing what I can. Because my mom, sugar, I almost lost my card. Because my cards almost flew away. Because I'm living in the moment and I'm doing what I love to do, which are these videos. And my mom loves me she loves it when I do these videos. My face is freezing again. But it's just one of those things where I'm doing these videos and I'm living in the moment. I'm doing the best that I can. And, when I look back on these, I'm like all excited because I said, wow, I lived in that moment, in that time. I'm taking advantage of the present moment by doing what my body can do instead of sitting in my room, wasting time, doom scrolling, which I don't really do, actually. It's more cat and dog videos, stuff like that. But it is wasting time. I mean, it may bring you some happiness and stuff, but it also takes away from me doing something else, something constructive, something productive, something creative. I have to say, when I'm not living in the moment, my mom does point it out to me when I start to cry, that I tell her, well, I can't be with you right now, when I've been really sick, feeling like garbage, and I've had to stay in my room all day because I just can't get up, which fortunately those days are few and far between lately. She reminds me, she understands, she knows my situation. That doesn't, it helps that she knows, but at the same time I do feel that guilt because I even told her, I cried and I told her, I said, in the future when you're not here, I'm gonna feel so bad because I didn't spend this time with you. And she says, don't worry about it. You spend as much time as you can with me, and I appreciate every moment. And I understand your situation. I know that your health isn't great because she's seen me. She's seen me at my best. She's seen me at my worst. And she's my mom. She's seen me in all moments of my life. So she understands, and that makes me feel good, yes. But I'm also doing my best that when I'm feeling good, I'm spending time with her. I'm living in the moment with her and setting aside all the worries and can honestly wait till later. Because when you're with that person or when you're doing something that you like, but you're only half into it, you're not enjoying it. And what's the point? Being in the present, those are memories that you create because you're fully present in that moment, not dwelling on the past and everything that's happened in the past or even the future, which is, it's not what we're talking about today. We're talking more about the past, but worrying about the past and the future, it's something that as humans, it's kind of inevitable for many of us. So, I challenge you today to take some time for yourself, to reflect on things in the past, to, if you can, if it's okay, mentally, to sit down with those feelings and see if you can let go of them. It's not always easy, and some things in the past that have happened to us are a little bit more than we can handle. And in that case, definitely try to reach out to somebody who can help you deal with the past and so that you can let it go. Because I know in all my heart that hanging on to a lot of things from the past is so toxic, prevents you from living in the moment and enjoying the moment. And then you have so many regrets. And that's definitely not what we want. We don't want regrets. We want to be able to be happy with our lives and, take inventory of our lives later and see all the good things that we did, you know. And aside from having pictures of those moments in your mind, you remember those memories of the good times that you had, the laughs that were shared, the hugs that were that you were able to have with your close family and friends. And that's sure as sugar a lot better than holding on to that regret, holding on to that guilt that doesn't serve you at all. So I hope you like this motivational video today. Enjoy the moment, be safe, be kind to yourself, and I will see you next time, my Phoenixes. Enjoy this, well, if you're in New York City, enjoy the weather, but still be safe.